What's going on, everybody? This your boy Mike from Wicked Ink, and this is going to be my part 2 for the San Diego Comic-Con 2015 coverage, and this is going to be all DC material. Like, they put out all kinds of stuff, so check it out. Guys, there's a lot of stuff to go over, so let's get right on into it. I want to first say that I'm first and foremost Marvel fan, and I'm really glad that Marvel didn't even come to the Comic-Con, because between you and us, they probably would have got their ass whooped. For real. Alright, DC put out all kinds of stuff. First, I want to go ahead and say we're going to talk about The Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, touch on Supergirl, the trailers that we seen there. So let's get right on into it. First, I want to say that October 6th and October 7th, which is Tuesday and Wednesday, that's when The Flash and Arrow is going to be coming back to TV. And basically, they're going to both have 23 episodes. And at some point during the break is when Legends of Tomorrow is going to start up. So they'll do like 9 episodes, I think. And then, you know, when they go on their break, when they come back, that's when Legends of Tomorrow will start up. Let's go ahead and talk some Arrow talk first. Now, Stephen Amell came out there and did his whole, you know, I am Oliver Queen speech that he does, in, you know, before every episode. And it came out with the new costume, man, and it looks really awesome. They did a really good job with it. He also announced right at the end of his little speech there that, you know, he was like, follow me as the Green Arrow. So it has been officially confirmed that the Arrow name is being dropped and he is now becoming Green Arrow. Now, when they had the panel, they had them all out there. I do believe it was Guggenheim that said that this whole journey through all 3 seasons that we've seen so far has been kind of like a transformation from him becoming, you know, Arrow to Green Arrow. So he said the whole thing has been pretty much a transformation on him turning into that. So that's cool. The last time we seen Oliver Queen, he was riding off into the sunset with Felicity. He's in love. So we're going to see, even Stephen Amell said, you know, we're going to see a lot lighter side to Arrow this season. It's not going to be, you know, comical and light like Marvel-based features, but it's still have his darkness. You know, he's still gonna be the vigilante, but it's gonna be a little bit more lighter, on the lighter side. He's gonna become more like the Green Arrow that we see in the comics, kind of more wittier. So that's gonna be funny. Diggle is actually gonna get his own costume this year, so that's gonna be awesome. You know, they stated that he's got a family, he's got a little girl, and you know, he's out there fighting crime and stuff. He's gonna need a costume, and they're basically gonna give him one this season. I can't wait to see what happens with that. They stated that Damien Darhk will be the new big bad in season 4, so that's gonna be real interesting to see that. And along with Damien Darhk could be Anarchy. I'm sorry, and with them two together, man, that's going to be, they're going to have to do some team ups, man, I'm sure, because that's a pretty big bad right there. They've waited till season 4 to bring him out, but it's going to be really interesting to see what they do with that. And Mr. Terrific will also be introduced this season, and they stated he will get real close to Felicity. So that's going to cause some waves, I'm sure, between her and Oliver. Now on to some Flash news. Now, we know in the first season they used the particle accelerator to basically introduce us to metahumans. Now, what they're going to be doing now is, since there was, you know, when we left off of season 1, there was that big wormhole in the sky. So I believe basically what they're going to do is we're going to see all kinds of different people and different powers come in. And now they did say that Earth 2 will be presented in season 2. So they did announce also that we're going to see Jay Garrick and Wally West has been confirmed at Comic-Con. So we're going to see all those. I'm sure that that's what, you know, what they'll have to deal with is the Earth 2 thing. But that's going to be really awesome to see. Also, when we left off in season 1, we started to get a hint that Cisco had powers. Now, when the particle accelerator went off, it gave many people powers, and we didn't realize that Cisco and Caitlin both had powers too. But as we seen, when Barry was running so fast, he was running through basically different timelines. We seen Caitlin as Killer Frost. So in one way or another, she's probably going to end up having a bad fallout with the Flash team and become Killer Frost, unless they decide to do Killer Frost as like a good person, you know what I mean, like a hero, and then they'll probably write it a different way. But we seen that in his little vision flashback, whatever it was, when he was running through time. That was awesome. I can't wait for that. Cisco is going to actually be turning into Vibe. So if you don't know who Vibe is, you can Google him. You know, just put DC Vibe and you can find some info about him. Really cool. We're going to see how they play that into season 2 when they come back. Also announced that the new big bad in season 2 is going to be Zoom. So Zoom has been confirmed for season 2. And basically, I think they're just probably going to need help from Jay Garrick. And that's just kind of what I think, to beat Zoom, because they did state that Zoom was faster than the Flash and the Reverse Flash. So this is going to be a tough cookie to handle. Like, they're going to need some help with this one too. When we left off in season 1, we seen Jay Garrick's helmet come through the portal, and which is really interesting because not a lot of people know this, but that was episode 23. In comic issue 23 is when Barry met Jay Garrick in the comics. So that's pretty interesting, little fun fact for all you guys. Edge from the WWE will be making his appearance on season 2 as the Atom Smasher. So we're going to see him as well. We will also see Mirror Master and Dr. Alchemy as villains. They're going to be like the new rogues that we have, because I mean, they're all going to be intertwined, but I think the rogues that we know now, they're going to be working more on Legends of Tomorrow than they are on The Flash, and then, you know, they'll have their little crossovers, which will be really cool now because all 3 of them will be able to cross over. So that's going to be really awesome when they all, you know, have an episode where they're all in it. Tom Cavanaugh will return as Wells, but we're not sure if it's going to be... He did state that, you know, kind of what they did with his character in the first season. He said they're going to go kind of... They want to keep that role with his character. So that could mean that his body will be taken over again by someone else. I mean, that's kind of what it sounds like, but I don't see them playing the same way again. So we're going to see how they play that. Ezra Miller is set to play the Flash in the movie in 2018. But he will be making his first appearance in the Justice League movie that we'll see. That's going to be coming out next year. So I don't really know how I feel about this, honestly. I've heard the dude was a good actor, you know, and that's fine. But in my mind, you know, we're on season 2 of The Flash now. If The Flash is still on TV, hopefully it will be by 2018. I'm like, you know, I want Grant Gustin to play the Flash. I don't want to see someone totally different. I understand they got to keep... Now, don't get mad. I don't want no hate mail. But I understand that they have to keep the movie universe and the show universe 2 different places. I get that. I understand that. I don't like being disconnected to a character and then seeing him on the big screen and it's somebody completely different. It's not, you know, he's going to have a different attitude probably. He's not even going to, you know what I mean? So I'll give it a chance, but I'm not really looking forward to it, honestly. Speaking of the Justice League, DC is really setting themselves up nice for that movie to come out, because they've got Batman v Superman, and then they've also got the Suicide Squad movie coming up. So I think, you know, I think kind of like what they're doing is the same thing that Marvel's been doing for a couple years now, and they're just now getting their shit together to where they're putting their movies like that. They're doing it in a different way, of course, but I think all their movies is going to be piling in together to create one big one, which is going to be the Justice League movie. And they've already set up for 2 of those. So we're going to see a lot of cool stuff from DC in the upcoming years. I'm really excited about it. I haven't really been a big DC fan, you know, throughout my life, but you know, I've liked Superman, Batman, but not as much as I have Marvel characters. So, but DC is now stepping up their game with all these really awesome looking movies. I did a trailer breakdown for Batman v Superman. I will put the link in the description for that. I'm also going to do a trailer breakdown for the Suicide Squad trailer that we seen at Comic-Con, which I want to talk about real quick, because basically what happened with that is it was getting all over YouTube. Like people was recording it that were at Comic-Con, and it was everywhere. It was on YouTube. Warner Brothers and YouTube, they were both working together to try to take them all down. They couldn't get them all down, which what they don't realize is people have been pirating this shit for years, since the Comic-Con started. You know what I mean? This is not anything new, so I don't know really what the big deal was. But basically Warner Brothers came out and said, since we can't remove all these videos, basically what we're going to do is we're just going to release the trailer in high def, that way everybody can see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a breakdown of that trailer, and I will get that out to you guys ASAP. Had their Legends of Tomorrow panel. Everyone came out, was kind of talking a little bit about the show. Basically, you know, they asked about White Canary and how that character is going to play out, and she pretty much said, you know, it's going to be different. She's going to be dangerous because she's not afraid to die, because she's got that mentality now. She's already died like twice, so she's got that mentality now. She's not afraid of nothing, so it makes her dangerous. Well, but in a good way. And I mean, we know that when they put Oliver's little sister in the Lazarus pit, that she came back, she was a little different. Same thing's going to happen to her. When they put her in the Lazarus pit to bring her back, she's going to have a different mentality. So that's going to be pretty awesome to see. Heatwave was talking about how it's gonna really be hard for all of them to work together. What I'm thinking though is the wormhole that we seen in the Flash, that's what's going to cause a major event to bring all them together for Legends of Tomorrow. And I kind of think that's how they're going to play that out. They brought the Supergirl panel out. I'm not going to really touch on that too much because nothing important was really said. They did release the pilot, so I mean, if you can find the pilot somewhere, you can watch that. And they basically just talked about how it's going to be a very strong woman role, you know what I'm saying? So it should be okay. I mean, I'll give it a chance. I'll watch a 1 or 2 episodes of it, and if I like it, I may start doing reviews on it. So I mean, you know, that's going to be coming out next year, next summer, I do believe. So we can look forward to that too. DC, like I said, DC's got a lot of stuff coming out, and I think 2016, 2017 is really going to be their big years where they hit. And then, you know, we got Justice League coming too, so that's going to be big as well. Well, that's about all I got for you guys for my part 2 from the San Diego Comic-Con 2015. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Get caught up on all my updates. I'm going to be releasing a lot more videos, so stay tuned for that. Love you guys. Have an awesome day.